What's up everybody, it's Tanner. Today we're going to be showing you how to save a ton of time using the power of AI and automation to turn your old lead sheet into a goldmine of new clients. So recently I had a real estate agent reach out to me. They sent me over 100 of their clients and said, hey, I need to make an automation that reaches out to each of these people individually. I don't want to send a group email. I want personalized, I want it to them. I want it to do it without my input, or at least minimal input, because they were spending tons of time on this and they felt that their open rate was very low for the amount of time they were putting into it. So what we created here is a workflow that automates this whole process. So you're gonna go to n8n.io. That's n with the number 8n.io. You're gonna create an account and then you're gonna go to overview right here in your account. Once you're in this overview section, you're gonna go up to the top right and hit create workflow. Once you get into this workflow, the first thing you are going to do is add a first step. You can't miss it, right in the middle of your screen. There's a bunch of different triggers that we can use, but the one that I think is the easiest for people beginning is on chat message. So you're gonna hit on chat message and that's gonna be your trigger. That's what starts this whole thing. And then you're gonna click out of that and boom, you've got your chat message right there. Congrats, you've got your first node. Now that that's in there, you're gonna have to give it a brain. You're gonna have to give it AI. You're gonna have to give it something that is able to think and reason. So you're gonna hit that little plus button right there and you're gonna hit AI. Then you're gonna go down to AI agent. Boom, now you've got your AI agent in there. Now this is not going to do anything, but because we haven't connected a model to it. The model is what gives it its thinking ability. It's what allows it to process. So you're gonna have to go to your chat model right here, hit the plus, then you're gonna choose whatever AI you want to use. I am biased towards Grok, and so that's what we're gonna use. XAI Grok. You're gonna have to sign into your account if you don't already have one. I'm already logged in, so it's right there. And then you're gonna have to choose your model. Grok 4 is the newest model, it's the fastest model, it's the best model. So we're gonna click on that. We're gonna go below. There's a few different options that we have to add because there's going to be a lot of processing power involved with this. The first one is going to be your timeout. We're going to change this timeout from 360,000 to 500,000. The reason we're doing this is it gives it more time to work before it decides that it's going to stop. The next option that we're going to use is called sampling temperature. What your temperature is it dictates how random of a response it's going to output. So if you want it to essentially give the black and white by the book answer every single time, you change that to 0.1. If you want it to be extremely creative in its output, you're gonna change that to 2. I wanna put it right in the middle and I'm gonna change it to 1. So that's how we're gonna leave it, is right there. So right now, we could type in here, hello, whatever, we could type in some information. It's gonna output a response because at this point we have a working AI model similar to Grok, similar to ChatGPT. It's a chat model right now. It's the exact same thing that you're used to working with. What makes this agent a little bit different is we are going to give it the ability to reach into other apps of ours and perform an action on our behalf. So we are going to give it a tool. We're actually going to give it 2 tools. The 2 tools that we are going to give it in this instant is we're going to give it access to Google Sheets, because that is where all of our client data is, in Google Sheets. So the credential to connect with is going to be your Google Sheets account. You just have to log into your Google account if you already have not logged in. So you'd hit create new credential and then you'd log in. I'm already logged in, obviously. Tool description, we're going to leave that to set automatically. The resource, we're going to do sheet within a document. We're going to leave that. The operation, we're going to leave as get rows because we don't want it to create new clients or edit or delete anything. We just want it to see what is going on. You're essentially giving your AI brain some eyes right now. And then we're going to choose the document. So I'm going to use that mock clients list that I created based off of the real estate agents list that they sent in to me. We're going to leave the combined filters as and now your AI agent has eyes. Last thing we need to do is we need to give it hands to actually perform this action. The action being sending a cold outreach and email to these clients from the lead sheet. So we're going to go back to tools and we're going to hit the plus button. And then we're going to hit Gmail, since that's what most people are sending emails with, is Gmail. Again, you're going to connect it to your account, which if you aren't logged in, you'd create a new credential and just log into your Google account. We're going to leave it to set automatically. The resource, if you want it to automatically send with no extra input from you, you just hit message. And you would hit whoever it's to, it would just pull it from the lead sheet. And so you'd let your AI define this. It's going to find it for you. So you just hit the sparkles for who it's going to, sparkles for the subject, and sparkles for the message. Email type, you could leave that as HTML or text. Text is probably better in this situation since we didn't define what we're using with the AI model, but that's not important. So I am going to use, instead of message, I want to create a draft. I personally, call it personal preference, I like to preview things before I send them off. So we're going to create a draft. Again, we're going to hit the sparkles for subject, and for message, we're going to let the AI define what it's doing, what it's sending. And boom, we've got it set up. So at this point, you have a working AI chat model, or I guess AI agent. The last thing we need to do though is we need to give this AI agent some instructions, because right now it doesn't know what it is supposed to do. So you're going to go in here to your AI agent, you're going to hit add options, and then you are going to hit the system message. The system message is essentially the instructions that this AI agent is going to work off of. It is going to consider these instructions that you give it doctrine. This is probably the most important part of working with AI is prompting. You need a really good prompt to make sure that everything works good and flows. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post in the prompt that I previously used since it's kind of long, but I will put it in the description below if you want to read it and see what the actual thing is, or the actual prompt, so that you can have access to it. You can just copy and paste into yours as well. Basically what it says though is you have access to Google Sheets tool and the Gmail tool, and then it tells it what I want it to do some investigation on the neighborhood, on the different properties, on different listings and sales near this house, on the client itself. It's doing all this research, and then it's going to package it into a single email and send it off for an email that's got a really high response rate. That's all done. We're good to go. You hit your save button up here, and then you're solid. So now we have to go down to this chat message place down here, your little chat box, and we're gonna say, let's do the first 3 clients on the Google Sheet. We're gonna send that off, boom, and your AI agent is going to work for you. And this will take a little bit of time because it's doing a lot of things, but that's why we changed that timeout earlier in the beginning. So what it's doing is it's going to the model, and the model is processing what you just told it. I'm gonna grab these 3. I'm going to go to the Google Sheet, which is why you see that it's green right here. It went to that Google Sheet. It extracted that information. Now it's going back to the chat model. It's searching the internet for different listings, the neighborhood, where it's located, all kinds of different stuff. I don't even know what it's looking for exactly. But it's processing all of this stuff, and then it's going to mix it with each of those clients from the Google Sheet itself. Once that is all done, we're going to see this create a draft in Gmail, light up green, and we should have 3 separate drafts in our Gmail. So we'll come back once this is finished up, and we'll go to the drafts and check it out. While this is still working, I just got a notification that Bitcoin just hit a 52-week high at $123,274.44. So that's going to date this video in a few years. Bada bing, bada boom, it's finished. So that took 3 minutes and 23 seconds to write the email for those 3 clients. So we're going to go to our drafts now in Gmail. Our Gmail account is just Gmail. We're going to refresh the page, and there they are, 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Again, these are extremely high response rate emails that it's going to be sending. Important thing to note as well, if you make this your own, is the signature down at the bottom right here. You need to make sure that in the AI agent right here, in the system message, you put at the bottom that it needs to end each email with this exact signature, and then just put in all of your information right there so that it outputs your actual information. With that, you should be able to reach out to every single person on your client list very quickly, be able to hit your goals for however many emails you want to send per day, and your response rate is going to skyrocket. You're going to get a lot more clients because of this. Thanks for watching, and let me know if there's anything else on your mind or any other processes that you need automated. Again, thank you to that real estate agent that reached out to me. I was really excited to work on this one, and I hope it helps you a ton. So we'll see you next time.